Welcome back to CBS Mornings. For Ahmaud Arbery's mother, yesterday's verdict in Brunswick, Georgia, came after a 21-month search for justice involving prayer and hard work. 3 men were convicted of killing her son after chasing him down in Brunswick. They each faced the possibility of a life sentence in prison. Wanda Cooper-Jones got emotional in the courtroom after the verdict was read yesterday. It was a day she once thought would never come. She joins us now to talk about her son and his legacy. Good morning, and thank you so much for being with us.
Hey, good morning. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
At Ahmaud's funeral, you made a promise to him that you would get justice no matter how hard the journey would be. Here we are 17 months later, and you fulfilled that promise. What was your verdict?
Yes.
Or what was your reaction to the verdict?
I was very, very excited. It was like a dream come true. Yesterday was really a big victory for my family and I.
So much has been said about the video. Do you think that this verdict would have been possible without it? The trial, even?
I don't think without that video we would have had any arrests, nevertheless a trial.
What went into you preparing the world, really, step by step, that hard work, keeping Ahmaud's name, face, and story in the public eye? How did you do it?
I thought it was very important to keep Ahmaud's name alive simply because we went 74 days without an arrest. I mean, we went like 2 weeks without anybody knowing about actually what happened to Ahmaud on that Sunday afternoon. So from that point on, I knew that we had to keep it in the light of things to get some justice for Ahmaud.
Ms. Cooper-Jones, it's Vlad. Sitting in that courtroom day in, day out, watching all of this play out, which might not have even happened if you had not promised Ahmaud at his funeral, if the world hadn't seen that video. What were you thinking about the justice system as you sat there?
As I sat there, I often thought the justice system was very unfair. But I also reminded myself that these are the things that I must do as mother to make sure that we get justice for Ahmaud. That should have been done back in 2020.
The Reverend Al Sharpton even referenced the makeup of the jury, that there were 11 whites on this jury and only one person of color that saw and said that Black Lives Matter. That statement, and with this verdict, what do you hope it has as far as an impact on the greater country, on the world out there?
I hope the guilty verdict in Ahmaud's case will give the families that have gotten no justice at this point some sense of encouragement that if you keep pushing, you keep fighting, that justice will prevail.
You had to sit through some pretty intense testimony, some of which was disparaging to the memory of your son. I know so many people are talking about the toenail moment in the courtroom. How did you stay strong through that, and what was your reaction to that?
When I heard the remark about his long, dirty toenails, I immediately left the courtroom because I felt like that was very disrespectful to not only to Ahmaud, but to his family that was sitting there watching. Then I said to myself that she said that only because she was trying to demean Ahmaud. But at the same time, Ahmaud was killed while he was jogging, regardless of how long his toenails were. And he didn't deserve that at all.
So what would you say to the 3 men responsible for your son's death if you could talk to them?
That we finally got justice for Ahmaud. I'm so sorry that your bad decisions made all of our families suffer to this extreme, but it was your decisions that got us here.
You know, you mentioned the suffering. Your family does not get Ahmaud back, obviously, even with this verdict, but you can keep his legacy alive. How do you hope people will think of Ahmaud going forward when they hear his name?
I would like people to think of Ahmaud's name as change, because Ahmaud has impacted changes in Georgia already with the citizens arrest law. He also was the reason why they repealed they implemented the hate crime law here in Georgia. So I'm hoping that when they hear the name of Ahmaud Arbery, it will prompt them to think about change.
We know it's a holiday, and we certainly wish you and your family the best on this holiday. Wanda Cooper-Jones, thank you for the time.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.